of the known critics of the OSP on this particular point is Martin Kpebu. He is a private legal practitioner joining us on Zoom right now. Counsel, good evening. Thank you for joining us here on Ghana Tonight. Clearly, the special prosecutor responding to, not just you, but others who hold the view that, look, he should be responsible for allowing, or to be held responsible for allowing Ken Ofori-Atta to leave the jurisdiction after the 2024 elections. He says that's unfair for you to criticize him because, one, between January 1 and January 6, when he left, his cousin, President Akufo-Addo, was the president, and he indirectly sought to make the point that Ken Ofori-Atta enjoyed some presidential support in getting out of the jurisdiction because immigration wasn't minding him. He felt alone, as is always said, that Ankonam thing. So why do you criticize him for it?
Yes, Mr. Okanse, I heard that part, but let's verify this. I thought I saw another part of the statement where he's quoted to have said that they saw him leave, but they had no power to stop him. They knew. They were asking for help. You call immigration, they will not help you. Do we agree these are all statements from him?
Yes, he did say that indeed they saw him leave, but they were powerless. The office was powerless because of the lack of interagency support that hindered efforts to block Ken Ofori-Atta from exiting the jurisdiction, despite the active efforts to place travel restrictions on him. Yes, he did say that.
Yes, and I'm just interested in one fact. As lawyers, the way we analyze, he said they saw him leave. There's a statement like that. They knew he was about to leave. They saw him leave. Look, that finishes this case for me. They saw him leave. I'm paraphrasing it. I wish maybe you can read the exact statement. It's the end of the matter. So you knew he was going to leave, and then you said you were calling immigration, nobody will pick up, etc. What happens to informing the citizens? The citizens have oversight over all of these state bodies, including OSP. This interview we are conducting, Mr. Okanse, we are exercising our oversight. So the citizens' oversight over all the public institutions. So in other words, citizens have a right to hold public institutions accountable. So why was he keeping it secret? That's why you see last week I said that there was some collusion. That is a collusion. You are aware Ofori-Atta is about to leave. You are making efforts and nobody is minding you, and you will not inform the citizenry. I told you, look, human beings, we are spirits. The reason I could see that was a first-class student, first class. So I was like, but this guy is supposed to be very sharp, and these little things are beating him. It doesn't add up. So you see, on Saturday, I said there's suspicion of collusion. That is the collusion I'm talking about. He saw Ofori-Atta was about to leave. He was contacting institutions which are weak. Who doesn't know that all these institutions were weak? Who doesn't know that Akufo-Addo had, kind of weakened state institutions? So you go to the people in whom sovereignty resides. That's Article 1 of the Constitution. And then also you go to the preamble of the Constitution. Then you go to Article 125. Look, many other parts of the Constitution says that the sovereignty is...
Hello, Counsel? Unfortunate, we lost that connection to Martin Kpebu. We'll try to reconnect with him shortly because he was making a point, on that point about his view that Kessie Jabeng should resign because in his view, what he has said cannot suffice as explanation to why Ken Ofori-Atta left the jurisdiction. Counsel is back. Counsel, if you could move away from the light where you are into another location, that would help me because we seem to be losing the clarity of your image. So if you could move away a bit for me, yes, that's perfect. Stay with me there. But you're on the view that Kessie Jabeng should resign. He has clearly articulated the challenges that he's faced with in that office, at least prior to this period, reason why he couldn't stop Kenneth Ofori-Atta from leaving the jurisdiction. With all of that, you still hold the view that he must go?
Yes. Kise Jabin can't win my trust again. It's done. It's not possible. I can't. This is so elementary, very elementary. I don't know. I can't repeat it enough. That, you see, the rules of engagement are that we have civic oversight over public institutions. That's how come we have elections. Those days they will say wait till the next election and then decide. But we've gone past that. So now it's a daily affair, a daily civic oversight. That's how come we do radio programs and take on public institutions. This institution didn't do well. You remember the Rich Hospital thing? Name them. So Kise Jabin had no business sitting on the frustrations. This one specific. What it tells me is that he didn't do the right assessment. He actually hasn't been able to appreciate the enormity of the mistake he made in keeping quiet over such a matter. No. Like I said, Martin Amidu's son, you see when the Akufo-Addo interfered, Martin Amidu came out. Our only fault with Martin Amidu is with his resignation. He shouldn't have gone. But the right thing, when the pressure was too much, it was good that he came out. Now, Kise Jabin's own, it's not good at all. That's why, you see, on Saturday, I told you that I have a suspicion of collusion. That's exactly what he did. He was aware, but he said public institutions were not cooperating. And so he kept quiet. When he was required to bring it to the attention of the populace, the sovereignty is enough. Sovereignty doesn't reside in the president. So it's no answer to say that his brother, he said cousin. I choose to use the word brother. Ofori-Atta is Akufo-Addo's brother. In Twi, there is no word for cousin. Local, in a lot of local languages, we don't use cousin. Ofori-Atta is Akufo-Addo's brother. So you knew it and said because his brother is president. It's it beggars belief. To be very honest with you, I can't believe that's a Kise Jabin I've known all these years. That he's so timid, extremely timid, and he wants to be
I see, but he
special
says,
prosecutor.
he says, counsel, he says that for him as a special prosecutor, one, he doesn't control the airways or the airspace, for that matter, and yet you're having to get him to take the flag for this. And if you're saying that he should have addressed a press conference, put out these challenges that he was facing to get Ofori-Atta stay in the jurisdiction, even after the elections, what could have changed if he had addressed the press conference, putting out the challenges? What would have been a different outcome?
Yes, then we'll then press on with the civic oversight. It's for us, the citizens, to now do whatever it is within our power as the sovereign. The citizens are sovereign, as stated in the preamble to the Constitution, as stated in Article 1 of the Constitution, as stated in Article 125, and so on and so forth. So then we would have used our powers to see what we would do. So this non-disclosure, trust me, Mr. Kansi, there's no way. If I met Kise Jabin today and for the rest of my life, trust me. No, I can't trust him. I can't trust him again. And to be the same, if me, you know how I'm slow to come to such decisions. I've known Kise for about 20 years, from undergrad days up to today. No, I was in the same hall with him, Ekuafo Hall. So many things I can't recount. So you see, I've supported him when I need to support him. But this misjudgment is so basic that now I've lost trust. You know, this is not the only one. Matter of fact, this is the icing on the cake. You know, when the oral started, we got information and it showed that the way the office was running, it was a one-man show. There are other things we've heard, but for me, this is the last straw. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. So Kisi can't do this job. He can't. You can't come out and call out whoever was preventing you and then tell the people of Ghana, I have information, Ofuriata is about to flee. I'm asking for help, nobody is minding you. Just these two sentences, do you know what it does to the office? And he didn't appreciate it. He just wants longevity. Now, here is a case we are having challenges bringing back Ofuriata. This has damaged the office beyond repair. Look, tonight, as soon as this story ends, I expect that latest tomorrow morning.
I see, but Council, let me bring in Adam Senano.